Of Old Faithful Inn, and here's Mrs. Nixon arriving in front of the inn, being greeted by George Hartzog, Director of the National Park Service, and other dignitaries from around the world here for the second World Conference on National Parks. Now she is talking to George Hartzog, other dignitaries from Japan, Mr. Tamura, the father of the park system in Japan, from Africa. There are over 90 nations represented with conservation leaders from around the world here for this outstanding meeting. As Mrs. Nixon said earlier today, this is her first visit to Yellowstone National Park.
So I have something to tell him.
That's what I wanted to ask you, Mrs. Nixon, if your husband had ever been here before himself.
No, he hasn't been, and he was very jealous that I was going to get to see it without him.
You know, you must have a special clue to the rain gods, because they all stop just for you, and the sun's out and looking just beautiful for you now.
It is looking beautiful. We've had a very interesting day. It's been off and on, a little rain and a little hail and a little wind, but it's been very pleasant, and the warm-hearted people have made it so.
What's your secret of keeping your energy so high and your appearance so immaculate?
Oh, well, my goodness. I don't have any secrets. I'm going to ask you the same.
Oh, you're very kind. Thank you very much.
How did you survive the rocky plane trip we had coming in?
Well, I was trying to have a cup of coffee, but I wasn't very successful. And since I only had one suit with me, I thought I better part with the coffee and keep the suit.
Although we can't see them, someone said you had your China boots on. Is that right?
That's right.
These are boots you wore in China, or the ones you bought there?
No, I wore these in China. It was very cold there, and I understand that it is not as cold here as predicted, so I think it's very fortunate and pleasant. And I'm so happy for our visitors from abroad. From 102 nations are here for this conference, and they'll enjoy it too. 102 nations? 102. Good. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I think that early on there was a recognition of the beauty of America. I know if you read the journals of the Lewis and Clark Exposition, you find these dramatic accounts of the Western country, and then other explorers did the same thing, and they brought these tales back to the seat of government, and people decided that maybe we'd better take care of those areas. And I think this is the origin. And in the early days of America, it was an outdoors nation, and very appreciative of the beauties of the outdoors. And I think there was a great sensitivity in that area. So I think it all took place from those motivations.
And it's so thrilling to see how this seed has flowered throughout the world, isn't it?
It sure is. And you know, over 1,200 national parks have been established in 100 different nations patterned on the United States system.
Do you have any idea how many are represented here at Yellowstone now?
Exactly, I don't, but it's around 90 or 100 in that area.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Morton. Tell us a little bit about the elephant situation in Kenya. We have heard that elephants have moved into your national parks, or at least one in particular, and ruined certain areas, and that there is quite a controversy in your country about whether to kill some elephants or to allow them to run and ruin a park. Now, is this completely hearsay, erroneous information, or does this situation really exist?
Let me say that the elephants have not moved into the park. The Tsavo National Park, which is our largest national park, was established basically as a stronghold of the largest 5 mammals we have got: elephants, rhino, giraffe, buffalo, and so on. And over the years, there have been vegetational changes. We believe there are two major factors. One, the elephants being very active feeders, and two, the incident of fires. Nobody is able to say whether the habitat has been changed by fire or elephants. And I think that an elephant, being the largest land mammal, should not be condemned to death suddenly or with very little information at our disposal. I feel that we should allow the research to continue for some time so that when we decide, we know for sure that the decision is right.
Okay. Now, you know, you are here in Yellowstone Park to help us celebrate our 100th anniversary. This coincides with the Second World Conference on Parks. How long have you had national parks as such in your country of Kenya?
We have had national parks for 25 years. I don't know what celebration we should be undertaking now.
Silver anniversary in
Silver
Kenya.
anniversary, yes.
Right.
We have no silver. But anyway, we have had it for 25 years. We have got about 16 areas that are under my jurisdiction, covering a total area of about 16,500 square miles, with a staff of about 2,000.
Wow. And have the people in your nation generally accepted the idea of national parks? Do they agree with your government's philosophy of setting aside this country, this land, for all the people to use?
Well, we have to talk and convince them. The general attitude of the public is that of acceptance. But being in charge of the national park system, I prefer to believe that there is a certain latitude of non-acceptance. And therefore, this allows us to spend nearly $100,000 per year on environmental conservation education to interest our people in our work.
Thank you very much, Mr. Perez Olindo from Kenya.
And this has been a most wondrous day for me, and I just hope it has been for our delegates from abroad. We have 102 flags flying here. 102 nations are here with us, representatives are here with us today. We welcome you all, and before I left home, the President asked me to say that he was very pleased that you were here and how much you are doing for your own country in preserving the natural beauty for the world and for future generations. I thank you very much for inviting me to Yellowstone today to help you celebrate this anniversary and to have a chance to say happy birthday wishes to our Secretary of Interior, too.
Thank you very much. And with the lighting of this torch, we hereby dedicate Yellowstone National Park to a second century of service for the people of the world.